So let's jump in. But I'm gonna do this and this because it re-triggers my Card Kingdom logo, sponsored by Card Kingdom. Thank you, Card Kingdom, for sponsoring me. They have everything you need for your Magic needs, whether you're building constructed, getting product for limited, getting really old stuff, getting really new stuff, selling really old stuff, selling really new stuff. They do it all, and they are the leaders in the industry at every step of the way. So please check out Card Kingdom and let them know Going Optimal sent you. What do we got? Finale. I haven't seen the green finale yet. It's a mythic. Hopefully it's as awesome as the black one. Search your library and graveyard for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less. And oh yeah, sure. It's a pay 2 more and cast any creature in your deck. I don't know if that's actually good in limited. Obviously it has constructed implications. Oh, and sure, if X is 10 or more, you know, but we probably take it on rare drafting strength alone. Hard to pass mythics when you're free to play. So we're going to take this and then we'll see about playing it, but we don't need to force it. This is mainly a future gem pick. If I weren't taking this, probably Davriel. It's a fine place to start. Yeah, let's take the mythic. Rare is missing from this pack, so apparently there's multiple print runs now, which is good. Although I do wonder if even multiple print runs are breakable. If the multiple print runs are still very rigid and strict, I wonder if even multiple print runs are breakable by the community. So what are we doing here? Oh, let's also check. I don't know if. Always let me know if. Oh, let's get into the draft view first. That will help. I'm not seeing Deckmaster voting working yet. Is it working on any other streams? Does anybody know? I mean, the voting works, but again, I'm not seeing percentages, so. Or maybe I need to do something. Sometimes it's on me. No, it's on me. Not on me. All right. Druid or Vraska? Yes, I think that is the question here. Druid or Vraska? I seem to be ending up in green a lot early. I think I'm in love with the heavy multicolor fixing in green. This is the more flexible card because it could be in mono black. We don't even need to be green if we take Vraska, and it's a very solid planeswalker. Makes tokens to protect herself, and they are pretty annoying tokens. So yeah, they're both flexible picks. This is cheaper. I think it's pretty narrow, but this goes in more decks. I really want this, but this can just, if we're being honest that we're maybe not even playing this finale, this just gives us the best jumping off point to multiple decks. So let's take the more flexible card.
Wherever I go, I leave bodies in my wake.
Wanderer's Strike has been great. We want to look towards white. Avian Eternal, excellent. Bond of Insight. Let's look at this bond. Each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. Return up to 2 instant and/or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Bond of Insight. So you don't get to loop that, but if you did a bunch of them, it's kind of just mill though. Or maybe if we were, I guess you're happy to play this in blue-red spells. But I don't think it's not something we would start with. But I am pretending, I just want the best card in this pack. I think it's Wanderer's Strike or Avian Eternal. And what's better? Yeah, I don't know what's better at this point. That's what's funny. I guess I like, I'm pretty in love with Dimir, so maybe, but I think this is just better. We're going to take Wanderer's Strike. I love Dimir, but we're going to take Wanderer's Strike. And then we get a Bleeding Edge, suggesting that black at least could be where we want to be. Like to see that. Nurture. I don't know how the bots are taking Nurture. I want to keep an eye on that. Definitely bleeding edge here, though. Mau. I don't know how good this is, but it's got Trample and Vigilance out of the gate. Like a Hill Giant with Trample and Vigilance seems fine. And then do that once and make it a 5/5 and you're thrilled. So we probably just take that here over like Aid to the Fallen. We could take Plaza. But yeah, this seems strong. Swim Down, my understanding from reports just ear to the ground is that there are multiple print runs. I was just musing whether or not... hey, thank you for the sub there. TBM. Yeah, I'm going to take this, though. I think that's a fine pick there. Oh, Rocket. Let it go, bud. So I was a little more excited about Firemine Vessel when I thought it added mana of two of the same color, just because I like the ability to splash with the Horizons, and if this read the way I initially thought, you'd have 2 ways to double color splash, but that's not how this works. I don't know, Sunset. I just let the internet do its thing and then steal the work for my own purposes later. But I'm going to hassle my dog here because that's annoying me. I don't know about you. Hold on. Angry doggy daddy. He's just mad at the existence of other beings as his style. Okay, so we could also take Transmutation if we end up in a base green-black. There is a lot of splashing potential here, including the Firemine Vessel. I guess I'll take the Vessel, though. We might end up going big and going splashy. So that seems like more fun than anything else I see here. The potential, anyway. Okay. Let's take another one of these. Storm the Citadel has beaten me, and I have run it, and it's been fine for me. It's no overrun, but it is easier to cast, and still very powerful of an effect. But it's kind of a winning blow for a more aggressive deck, and I've found that with base green, especially green-black, I want to be controlling and cast and going up the curve to cast big stuff. We have Firemine Vessel, Tidebearer Giant. Like, this is nice, actually. 6 is a lot. I was trying to think about Guilds of Ravnica, actually, and would Guilds of Ravnica... Would you rather, if you were a Dimir player at heart, do you think it would be better for the Dimir deck in GRN to have Tidebearer Giant at common or Dowser of Lights, right? Like, it's a Dowser that for an extra mana draws you a card, but there are times in GRN where getting that Dowser down on 5 was essential, right? Yeah, there's an Opportunist. Opportunist did reasonable work for us, but I would rather go here, I think, than here right now. We'll get one of these eventually. I'm going to take the Giant here, though. Here's the inverted Dowser. 5/4 over the 4/5. Also playable, not exciting. Conjurant, playable, not exciting. But if we go big mana, Conjurant gets better and better. Casting this for 9 or whatever does some real work. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm not saying even that the Opportunist work that we got was an outlier. I'm just saying I don't think I need to prioritize that card. I don't think we need a bunch. We maybe want one, and I think we can pick up one before the end of the draft, but we'll see. If we end up splashing, we could have this. If there's a lot of 1 toughness, you might want to bring this in out of the board in a splash situation, and that might be better than just a big dumb beef that we're likely to be able to pick up more of. So I'm going to take the a more flexible, interesting card here. And we'll fill in the kind of 5/4 sized holes later. Like we could take this and it's basically this very similar thing, right? It's maybe even better. It dies to, it trades off with more things, but the hexproof is real. But I'm actually cool with Shriek Diver or even the Silverwing. Like the 3 toughness is real with all the 2/1 and 2/2 stuff in the air. I have found Silverwing to be eminently playable and also a really nice way for colors like green that don't have a lot of natural flying to get up in the air and not just defend against other flyers, but actually be able to fly themselves. So yeah, I hope the double activation was an outlier. So actually, let's look at curve. Yeah, we're still, I'm going to take the Shriek Diver just because of curve considerations. And forced landing. If we end up black-green again, it's like these cards are at least telling us we're somewhat in the right place. Price of Betrayal for the board or Forced Landing for the board. I actually would rather have Flyer Control, I think, than Planeswalker Control. Because Flyer Control is Planeswalker Control in many respects. Yeah, Eerie, I do like the that little artifact flyer. It's proving to be well positioned in the format, I think, for especially again for decks that don't, for like non-white blue decks. These are both playable. And again, I'm going to take the Aid the Fallen. You can't really run this unless you're running a few Planeswalkers, and right now we only have one. But I think a first Aid the Fallen over the second Forced Landing is correct. Hey, it's the colorless Planeswalker we like. And it even works with our Conjurant, right? So we're going to take that for sure, but glance around at this pack. See what we might think about a wheel. Where are we even? Are we just straight green, black? I mean, we might not even be green. Like, if you take this away and call Mowu an outlier or whatever, we could be white, black here. So let's keep that in mind. We're not in any way married to green. I think we're married to black, though, between Bleeding Edge and Vraska. Maybe what we're married to is white. Maybe I should be unhappier with this draft so far, because, yeah, I'm not looking over here and thinking, yeah, there's not a lot of fist pump over here, although this is good. Anyway, yeah, we're taking Ugin, obviously, just kind of trying to understand our situation.
You understand yourself.
Yeah, understand my situation, myself. We have a Spark Harvest, we have a Living Twister for the rare draft. Best of 3 rare drafting at 60% win rate. We can consider taking the Spark Harvest. These are going to be very close in gem value to us. So when they're super close, I like leaning to the one that makes for better TV. So we'll just take that. Conjurant, no. If we look at the Conjurant, I mean, it's just it's an XX for X, and when you damage it, it loses its power and toughness. Yeah. Figured it was a read the card thing, but yeah, we're gonna do it. We'll take Spark Harvest here and go for the removal over the rare draft in this case. And here's more removal that I'm happy to grab. This is why I think I'm ending up in black a lot. It's just hard. Like, how do you pass all the removal? Maybe this finisher will come around. Plain old Spark Harvest or Ob Nix. I like Ob Nix if we are thinking about sacking our own stuff. Also, Wanderer's Strike proliferating is not bad, but really I like Ob Nix targeting my own things. And we're not really doing that a ton here, such that I think I just want Spark Harvest. Valhalla's wants Ob for sure. I guess we do have an Aid the Fallen that would put us towards that. I would just want to, if we take this, I want to really look out for more. We don't have any amass. And I really want to work Ob with amass. Eerie's asks, will we look back at the end of this format and decide Spark Harvest is better than Cruelty? Wow, that's a tall order. Cruelty is real good. And the exile clause on Cruelty especially makes me lean that way. But Spark Harvest has the word destroy and Planeswalker on it, so that's not unreal. And the alternate mode of 1 mana is very good as well. Yeah. Valhalla says we have time for the mass. All right, Valhalla, I will follow you. I will follow you into Valhalla.
I adore wading through the bones of civilization.
How keen. So, again, we are only black at this point. Kind of black-white, though, really. If we're Narset, this is more Spells Matter stuff. I don't think we're in this deck. Maybe another Shriek Diver. Maybe our first Silverwing over second Shriek Diver. Especially if we're thinking we're not here anymore. I want to leave this here, though, because we still could be. We're just wide open on second color. We're just locked on black right now. Or rather, I really think we're either black, black-white, or we're black-green splashing white. I do intend to play these 2 Wanderer's Strikes. But what do we... I'm going to take the generic flyer. Here's Toll of the Invasion. Is that a mass? This is like a... I like to think of this more as an upgraded Rat Burglar than a alternate form of the Exile from Hand 3-drop. Thunder Drake, though, is very good if we want to dip back towards blue. Don't have any blue yet, but again, just doesn't matter. Like, I kind of want to pull this to not distract there. Yeah, Toll goes with Obnix. This is the kind of a mass card I was looking for. And since we know we're black and we don't know we're blue, I'm just going to take the black card. You know? And the Drake is, like, probably the better card. But there's something very valuable about sticking to your main color. We'll take Herald here. Another Toll. We'd play 2. There's also another Giant, and I would also play 2 there, especially if we're going to play this Vessel. I actually like having things to ramp to. I think I'm going to take the second Giant over the second Toll. Close one. I see the curve. Light Shield, not doing Triumph. We might do No Escape or Triumph are probably the most likely to be played here. I don't think we're playing Teo's Light Shield even if we end up in white. So I think this is the most likely to impact our deck. This is Triumph, not really. Another 4-mana 2/3 flyer, or we can take a Charity Extractor on the ground. I do like how Charity Extractor interacts with the finisher, Vraska's finisher. You send this lifelinker at a Planeswalker when the opponent doesn't have 5 power worth of blockers, and your finisher will get something, you know? I really like that interaction. We could just take the uncommon for Vault. Oh no, there's no uncommon here. I think it's one of these two here. Since we have Ugin, the Ineffable that reduces colorless spells, let's take another Silverwing. I'm going to take the Banehound for the board over the Crocodile. Sometimes, if they're aggressive with 1 toughness creatures, you actually like a Banehound, and the haste is irrelevant because you just want a 1/1 lifelinker to block. We'll take a Globe here. We don't really have any 2s, and that could help us splash. Put this in the board. Another Banehound for the board. All right. Pack 3, hook us up. Show us the way. What are we doing here besides black? Can we do this? How do we not do this? That's a pretty heavy color commitment, but we can spin back towards green here and try and support this. We could just take a Bleeding Edge. We'll take this. Whoa. All right, well now I want to make that happen, and we got to look for fixing. I like this Plaza a lot, but we also, a Laptop Reaver is actually perfect as well. I want to get as many of those as we can to set up our big end. This is kind of our perfect pick right now over anything that isn't specifically helping us cast Royalesque. So Reaver, get in my deck. We got another Mowu. We could take Gleaming Overseer because we are looking to play some blue. But I really like this on 3, as opposed to when we're likely to be able to cast this, unfortunately. There's also Epiphany. Getting pretty full at 4, though. Not sure we're even playing all of those. Could it be a place where we take a Duskmantle Operative again on curve? How much do we need to fill in our draft slots for 2? With 2s? I mean, this is a real concern here. And nothing else here is so great that, I actually kind of want this. But I think we need 2s. Like, this is a lousy card, but we must respect our curve. So I'm going to take this. Another Herald. Yeah, Spark Reaper seems excellent to me. That ability on a 2/3 for 2, thumbs up. Take the Wanderer, but we have this Wanderer's Strike going. Probably just a Vizier. It's an Amass 1. Looking for the splash, we could take Jace's Triumph, but we have another Spark Harvest, and we have another 2-drop opportunity. I'm going to go with the 2-drop opportunity, actually, again. This is really harsh to pass a Spark Harvest, but we have 2 of those. Oh, we only have 1. I thought we had 2. We have Spark Harvest, Bleeding Edge, Cruelty. Oh, I think it was Cruelty versus Obnix, wasn't it? I don't love the Vamp, but I'm super down on not having enough 2-drops to compete. So that's where I'm at here. But this might be an... Aid the Fallen isn't really a 2, though. This could be considered a 2 for those purposes. So we have 4 things we're willing to do on 2, but Globe isn't that good. I'm going to take the Opportunist. This is rough. I really want to... I would happily play another Spark Harvest, but I'm going to be a slave to the curve. Thirst versus Dreadmalkin both help with that as well, although Dreadmalkin doesn't really do what I'm trying to get from my 2s. Like, the reason we're trying to fill out the 2s is so that we can block and trade and survive until we get to our high end. And this doesn't really block, trade, and survive on 2, whereas Sorin's Thirst does. So I think we just take the Thirst, since this is a 2-drop, or even the Prismite. Yeah, I think Thirst here. It's a little oppressive on the mana, but we're heavy on the black for sure. This is going to be tough, but I think we go for it with Guild Globe and Firemine Vessel. And with this Opportunist here, I sure wish I could go back and take that the Spark now, you know, the Spark Harvest, but we made our choice with the info we had at the time. Yeah, we might even play a Prismite over over a second Opportunist. 2 to filter for 1 of any color is no great prize, but when you're trying to cast this, you'll do what you need to. You'll pay 6 for this, right? So yeah, let's do that. Also, it's free with Ugin. Sorin's Thirst. Another toll. The toll wield, that's cool. Don't know if we need 2 thirsts, so maybe we take the toll here. Hey, Plaza, fantastic. Get in our deck right now, Plaza, and we can have another Silverwing if we want, or an Iron Bully. I think we'd just take a Silverwing or possibly Return to Nature. If we're never bringing in a third Silverwing, we should just take the Return to Nature, and I think we're never going to do a third Silverwing, so yeah, let's do that. Hey, Nick. Well, you tell me, how did this draft go? I think it looks solid. Let's take Kaya, Ghost form here. All right. Well, it's some color black. Yeah, what do we do here? I guess it's like we play... How are we casting this? Let's pull this off and just identify at least how we're getting there on it. We have this, this, and this, and this all contributing to the ability to do that. Play Finale. Yeah, Finale casts Scroll-esque for 7. I don't know if, despite how great this creature is, I don't know if we run this to try and support it. We need to cut 7. Let's also look here. 15 and 15. Yeah, I mean, I like the tolls. Probably cutting 1 Opportunist for sure. Yeah, let's cut some obvious stuff here. Not blue enough for that. Don't know if we need... I really like this. I don't know if we play 2 main. Let's start with 1 toll main. Maybe we don't even play Mowu. And which, you know, if we do that, we're splashing this on... We still need 2 sources. That's the thing. We'll have to play a lot of green just to be able to make sure that we get a forest plus kind of one of these to get us there. Colin doesn't think Mowu is worth it, or the attempt to cast Roll-esque. Yeah, because if we... it certainly makes the cuts easy. Like, if we stop trying to worry about Roll-esque and just, you know, we could cut this and that. This goes back to here. This goes to here. And you cut that. And then you're just white-black. So here's the grown-up build. Right? Like, this is just the grown-up build. Yeah, just the Wanderer's Strikes. I think they're worth it. Like, they're basically free with Vessel and a Gateway Plaza and a single Plains or whatever. So even if we were to bring back in this stuff, I'd keep them in. Maybe we can start here and decide if we want to be fancier later. What does this put us? 11 creatures, 12 non-creatures. That's a little concerning. How are we protecting our planeswalkers? I guess with removal. And Aid the Fallen does cross the line because we have 3 planeswalkers. I want 3 planeswalkers before I'm going to Aid the Fallen. It's kind of like having a 3-source splash, you know? You wouldn't splash Aid the Fallen unless you had 3 sources for it. So there you go. No, in this version we cut the Plaza. I'm just still looking. Do that. And probably actually just do that. I guess 11-6 is still fair to make sure we get to here. We do have things we're ramping to from 4, like, but maybe the Firemine Vessel isn't necessary either. I mean, if you have amazing creatures, Zach, like, I mean, Aid the Fallen, like, it's gonna get you your best creature back, even if you don't have the Planeswalker there, but we're not even really happy about Raise Dead unless we're playing stupid creature bombs, so I really want to get that Planeswalker value out of this card. Sorry, let's get to playing. I just am not sure about this Firemine Vessel in this build, and I think I'm going to be this. We'll do it without Royalesque now, and we'll consider a try at Royalesque after we play this. Oh, I did cut an Opportunist. We could put like Opportunist back and cut a Vessel, or even a Toll like that. I think I like that better. Let's just get to these naturally. We don't need to ramp. We don't need to spend a card slot on ramping if we're not also splashing. That's my thought there. So let's start here. We'll revisit after this match. All right. The battlefield view, because I remember that sometimes. There's my sponsor, Card Kingdom. Hey, Card Kingdom, thank you for the sponsor. I really appreciate them. I've kind of been all over with this format so far. My greedy builds have won. I've lost to my greedy builds have crashed and burned. Like I don't know. Having a tougher time figuring exactly where we need to be in this format so far. This is free to play. Sorry, let me make sure this is all correct. Get everything updated. 0, 0. Ah, that was the only change needed. All right, well, this could be our fire mine vessel that we sighted out. So we could have been vesseling toward Ugin, but we'll see if we prefer this approach better. I'm liking this so far. We get a nice card. We turn this into a 2/2 for better attacks. We have a mostly black control deck. That doesn't scare me. I don't consider that very playable. This kind of makes this game unlosable unless they need to draw some serious creatures right now, because we're going to get rid of Davriel, and now it's not looking very good for Oppo. Well, they found some ramp, I suppose. But we're gonna... Do we even care about Kiora? Because what are they going to ramp to? They're going to ramp to something that makes it harder for us to cast our stuff. I guess that's relevant enough to turn our focus to Kiora.
I've got that sinking feeling again.
Oh yeah, I don't assume we're out of the woods, Timnos. It's just good news for us in terms of what we saw. But if they find a creature, they get some action from there. Hey, Harold. Well, there you go. We'd be facing a Davriel, and we'd be ramping into an Ugin right now if we'd gone with the ramp artifact over the toll. But I like our decision. I'm just looking at the data points as they come up.
Hands off.
Now maybe we ignore Kiora. Although I also don't want them to play anything with 4 power and actually get value from that. I guess we send the Reaver at Kiora if they don't do anything else here. And what's this? Is this the Flash land? Yeah, Flash. I don't think this is good enough to put that kind of risk to your mana base. Casting spells is so great.
I love to make a splash.
It's actually pretty annoying right now for us. I don't think this is good, but it's annoying. All right, and we found land, so now at least we have the Bleeding Edge available to us. And at sorcery speed, yeah, I'm just going to do this. And if they want to take 7, I think that's good for us. So we're going to do this and put them to a test. Because they can block the Reaver. But if they block either of our 2 big ones, they lose their extractor for no value, so we'll see what they want to do. Hey, Draconis, welcome. I saw your alert that you were streaming, and I went to check you out, and you were already off. Did you start and then stop, or did I just get a very late alert or something? Well, nothing else to do anyway, and this gets the army straight up through the Charity Extractor. So let's see what they've got. They got something. Conjurant for 4. Interesting. Okay. What does that change for us? If we swing away, they could put Conjurant and Extractor on the army and gain 1 life and go to 1 and lose the Conjurant. We know they have Unlikely Aid. Hey, thanks for that sub. And I'm trying to figure out if we force some action here or play it a little slower. I guess we force some action since the Herald dies into an Amass token. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it because the Herald dies into an Amass token. We'll make him use up some Conjurant tokens here. I think that's fine for us. So does Oppo. Some of Oppo's cards suggest to me they may be newer at draft, so maybe that also explains the block weirdness there. Let's see. That worked out okay. Don't think I care about the artifact to, like, bring in Return to Nature or anything. I'll just try and get a board presence before that thing matters. Yeah, I didn't see... hard to sideboard against a deck with so many cards I question, really. But I think I'm just going to run it back. I always hate running it back because I feel like I'm just being lazy and there's got to be a way to improve our deck in the matchup, but I really didn't see anything there that leapt out at me. Sure. 11-6. 11-6 Swamp Plains. That's how that works. Do we keep this? They weren't doing much. We have 11 shots at black. I'm going to mulligan because I think our deck is better than Oppo's, and we just want to cast our spells, right? I think you should mulligan more against a deck you think is weaker, because you should just set yourself up to cast your spells and win. So that's what I'm going to do. You should try. We're going to keep this, though, and try to use the mulligan to find black. But, like, amazing. We've seen 3 lands. Yeah, of the 6 lands we've seen in our opener, 5 have been plains. But we're keep... No, we need swamps. That's how it's going to be. Shuffler again. We're going to do this. It's going to be like this today, huh? Okay. Because you know there's only 6 of those in the deck, right? So, you know, showing me that many of them that soon seems unlikely, but it is a possible shuffle, of course. Let's not obsess over our luck and see if we can find a way to win this. If we drop Swamp off the top, we still have a 3-drop no matter what they do. Fortunately, nothing here is too amazing, so it's like, whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I would have taken, I think. That's getting to the point of comical. I mean...
I'm mysterious, refined, and a fog that empty your mind.
Ditch Herald. If we have a 4, we're going to play that. Magic, right? We sign up for this. We sign up to lose to Jim Jambo's pile of stuff sometimes.
Let's tidy up in there.
I'm glad you gave yourself a talking to, Tenno. That's crazy. I'm still not willing to say that we're dead here. Oppo is playing so many low-impact cards that we have to give this a shot. Be a heck of a comeback, right? If we can come back from here. I mean, that was really the window. Now I don't see what we can even draw, so I'm going to scoop it. This should be the best mana like we've ever had. Our frickin' split is 11-6. 11-6 ought to be correct. We really do want to cast these strikes. But maybe it should be even 5. Like 12-5 for splashing 2 cards. Probably more correct. No, I think I don't want to be results oriented, but as I just do the math, like if I were splashing Wanderer's Strike in a 3-color deck, I would say, well, we want at least 3 sources to splash those Wanderer's Strike, and we're running 5. So 5 is actually plenty to splash the strikes, and we should give ourselves more of a chance to even, you know, reliably cast Sorin's Thirst. It is fine. It's variance, it's fine, but I'm also trying to really reassess whether that was correct, and I honestly don't think it was correct to be 11-6 in this case. But again, don't see anything that I just want to go back and cast my spells this time. Now, using Geode and Rupture would be overcorrecting. All right, nothing early yet, but we're going to keep this. All right, we have to win this game or I'm going to retire from streaming. So that's on the line. Oppo molds and then plays Arboreal Grazer. I really want to win, but no guarantees. Magic is magic. Okay, that's good to see. Oppo's out of lands. We get to... Let's go ahead and play our Planeswalker while it's not under any pressure. Although maybe we should just be pressuring them. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Horde. Closing in on Unrecoverable for Oppo. Now I'm going to play Vraska over the Silverwing.
I'm good at what I do.
Vraska is pressure too. I just like this one first, and then we'll go here and then try and make put some +1/+1 counters. Yeah. All right. Good news, everybody. I'm not going to retire from streaming yet. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe depends on how, like, your math on what's better there, a 3/2 for 4 or the Planeswalker that starts making growing 1/1s. I think you have to make a prediction about how long before Oppo musters a defense to understand the relative value of those plays. Right on. Thank you for the sub. Oh, it's a gifted sub, and that's so nice. Gifted subs make me smile. Such a kind thing to do. Yeah, Danny V, that's a good reason to prefer best of 3 over best of 1. And that feeling that you're feeling, Danny saying game 2 where we just bombed out and did nothing, is why he prefers best 2 of 3. If you think of it in terms of that each event gives you a certain number of fouls to give on a game level before you're out of the tournament, you can get your mind more comfortable with the variance of best of 1, because we have a certain amount of fouls to give on games in best of 3 and a certain amount in best of 1. The trouble is all of them count in best of 1, right? Like if you have mana issues in best of 1 and lose, boom, that's just on your record. Whereas if you have mana issues and lose one of your 3 games in best of 3, it almost feels like that mana issue loss didn't even count, wasn't even on the record anywhere. And I think that's kind of the mechanical difference that just makes best of 1 mana screw losses feel so badly, and is why when I was on the arena team, we explored this option of smoothing out starting hands a bit for the best of 1 players to kind of make up for that mana screw situation. Yeah, thanks. We'll go in here. Oops, that's not what we want. That. Still, I don't want to try the crazy splash yet. Let's just do this. Yeah, it is 12 swamps, 5 plains here. Yeah, it's keepable. 2, 3, 4. Probably not playing the 2, but actually, Soren's Thirst is one of the 2s that you can end up playing on curve, because you don't necessarily have a lot of things to hit with it, and you'll generally take whatever you can get. In this case, we do not get that card, but let's toll and make sure they don't wreck us with some incredible 4. Light Shield, not so incredible. Evolution Sage is the best card they've got going here, so we're going to take that out. Hopefully they attack with a Druid and we can pick it off on our turn. Which I would rather do than dropping a 4-mana spell here. Let's just take out this Druid. Yeah, Landfall Proliferate is kind of busted, and as soon as I saw this card, I pre-ordered a playset of foils, no matter the price, just because I feel like whatever the starting price is for foils on these is going to be too low in 5 years, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and play the Vizier, which allows us to attack for 2 right now, as opposed to waiting. It's fun to talk MTG finance for me. I spent 7 years pretending the secondary market didn't exist. Yeah. Strike is a sorcery, so we can't, like, instant speed make the zombie army bigger. But if we just take out... If we strike the Wrangler, the army can start to get through. But if we strike the Spinner, the Silverwing can get through, and the army will be able to get through after we strike anyway. the Wrangler. So I'm going to play Silverwing, and then we'll strike next turn. That's my plan. See what they've got coming. Triumph, no big deal for us, so that seems fine. It's just more land for them. Yeah, we could take out the light shield, but I think if we take out the thing that blocks our current best threat, we're going to be happier. So that's what I'm going to do. And maybe Nick proves right in the long game. We will find out. We could just send this in now. In order to take out this, they have to block with the Wrangler and the Light Shield, which we would happily trade. So yeah, let's send in both here. So there goes the light shield upwards, as Nick feared. But we had... Now I'm more afraid of this, but we can stay back and keep that on the block if we need to. We might just still keep racing them here, depending on what we draw. Yeah, that's not very helpful. So we'll stay back on the ground and send in the Silverwing now. Yeah. That block. I tend to wait if I can't cast the creature right away. Although that's nice with that. They got a decent... Come on. Come on. We've had some shuffler luck these days, but happens to everybody. Just feels super annoying when it's happening to you.
Let me know if you find any cool new plans. We'll do this together.
Really need some action to be able to win this race. They've got good attacks here. So now maybe we have to stay back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would give our zombies death touch. I think we have to take an actual... I'm going to trade here. It's going to use all our planes, but that's okay, because there's nothing we can draw here that we can cast for white. So I'm going to let the auto tap do its thing. And maybe that's enough to survive.
Before I'm how you lived is how you'll die.
Need to fade removal. Hopefully they're drawing off the Grizzly here, yeah. Miss! How about missing with the Grizzly for once? Thank you. For twice? Yes, miss for twice. And now we need some more action, more action, more action. If we get a creature, that's great, because then we might even be able to attack with the Assassin. Although they just block with the Pollen Bright Druid, so maybe we don't want to do that. We'll see here. I don't think they have attacks. If they swing into everything, we're happy.
Teamwork is strength.
Interesting. Sorcery speed. What can we get with this? We don't really get any of these creatures, unfortunately. We would make an army, which wouldn't suck. Yeah, we could hit the Druid, because it at least kills something. Probably just have to do that, and it does set up... feels really weak to Bleeding Edge a Pollen Bright Druid, but it allows us to attack here, gives us a creature. We just needed to cast it. We definitely want another creature here. Might even need to send the Silverwing at Zhang to make sure that they can't add counters here. Like, I guess it doesn't matter. If they go up to 3/6, we can block. If they go up to 4/5, we can block. So I'm just going to go like this. Stay way back.
Let's get out of here, Mo.
If you need my services, people call me a death
Now this
dealer,
is Death
but I
Touch
rarely
proof,
offer discounts.
lifelink proof, because it prevents the damage of things dealing damage to it, so we got to keep that in mind. But I think we're back at a spot where we can attack with the Silverwing. They're going to get a huge spirit, but if we find enough chumps, we should be able to withstand this. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So we just get rid of the thing that messes with our Death Touchers, and then we're in much better shape here. I think that's correct. Maybe I should have thought that through more. It's possible that wasn't even our biggest concern. We could make another assassin, but we would want to do that after attacking with the ones we have. And they're down to no cards. So we're definitely attacking with these two. And then what are we willing to risk? Like, are we willing to risk the Silverwing attack? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say just the assassins. Miss, miss, miss. One last miss. Ugh. Well, it's not a great card, but I've never hit that much off Grizzly. Oppo looked like they were better than 50% off Grizzly, which is pretty darn good. I don't expect more proliferate, and I need the bodies. I mean, there is ways to proliferate, but I'm not expecting it, so I'm just going to use Vraska here.
I'm an artist when it comes to murder.
A murder artist. I find, yeah, well, it depends on their creature count. You know, a lot of decks are you still run that 2/3 even if your creature count is low. That's the thing. I think creature counts are generally low in this format. We'll send Death Touchers and Flyers and take a little risk on the back end. If they remove one of these creatures, we can still we can block these two and still not die or anything. I just don't want to lose to a single removal spell. Death Toucher, Flyer, and anybody else? Question mark? It's either none or both. If we do both, they go block, block, lose a 1/4, and then have a 2/5, where we just have a Reaver on defense. It is a forced block. They need to go chump, and then we could even, yeah. Yeah, we'll take the safest play.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
there's sacrifice attacking in white, but there's all, you know, there's other ways for it to go wrong as well, you know. Reasonable. They still don't have attacks though. That starts to qualify, but we can trade off for that. I would like something other than a swamp though. We've both gotten a bunch of mana. Not really complaining, just saying I would like to be nice to get something, but not like we're under average here. We're still going to attack through the air though and try to hold this ground. Good time zone to you. Top decked exactly what they needed to not die. MBN. If they swing away, though, we gotta trade off for the Stinger, so that's just a sad. But we do it. How about us top decking? Hey! Seems good. What do we want back? Wow, we don't... Oh, there's a dead creature. Good. We have a... It's like, do we have a creature? We do. We have a dead creature. So let's go get him.
Out of the ship. How you lived is how you'll die.
All right. Now what, Oppo? Good to have a creature back to block if we want to swing away with some stuff here. 2 Death Touchers is good. Go here. Here to make sure they have to take that on. So they force block here. They could eat this and take Bam Bam. If we attack with everything and they have nothing, we just win. And we do have make a 1/1 and cast an operative. So I'm actually going to go ahead and swing fully away here. I'm going to put them on have something or die, and then if they have something, we have backup play, so... So they did have the don't die, but again, I feel like that was fine. Because we have this and this. We need, like, I guess proliferate removal would do it. Like, yeah, that was actually pretty dangerous. If they had Wanderer's Strike, they strike 1, proliferate both of these 2, and attack for the win. So we were a common removal spell away from losing because they happened to have the Divine Arrow.
Brought this upon yourself.
And they could have and they did have arrow, but they were top decking. So I'm not going to play around removal in a spot where they're literally top decking. And I'm going to block. Well, actually, we don't need to block both because their hand is face up now, right? First strike. We just need to chump, so that's fine, right? Yeah. Okay. Waiting carries some risk as well. But I think it was especially correct to go for it, given that it was more than likely that what they were doing was sandbagging something useless to pretend, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking it out, not suggesting your identification of the arrow was a suggestion to not attack. So, defensive, ground-based. Yeah, that was a pretty good game. That might go on the list. Got right to the end on that one. Another opportunist since it went long. Still only need one in play to do its thing, though. I'm just going to run it back again. The bots kept passing us black, and we kept taking it, and then suddenly it was the end of the draft, and we didn't really have a second color. So a lot of land, but we're going to keep this with the Reaver on 2. We're asking to flood. We're likely to flood, but I also think you can't really mulligan that when you have a nice 2 and you even have your good removal spell. And looks like it all should curve out pretty nicely here. Brace for impact here. They get a 4-drop if they have it. Only a light shield though. We're gonna toll here. Stinger or Grizzly? We'll get rid of the Grizzly. Find something to trade with the Stinger. And, excuse me, we could, no attacks, so no attacks get through, we just pass. Shriek Diver, you say? Sounds good. Let's do that. Haste it up. And attack. And our army token will gladly trade with either of their attacking creatures. Prison Realm, what do you want? Shrieky? Really? Okay. Seems bold to me. I guess you get in for a big hit here, but we're gonna... I'm gonna do some work next turn. I think I will keep the Reaver around to sack to the potentially sack to the Harvest, although yeah, I'll say no blocks. I don't know what's up here, but I like our hand. Yeah, we got reasonable plays here. Nothing to proliferate, but I'll go ahead and take out Druid.
Cooperation is the path to self-improvement.
So this is really not going to do much for them unless the Stinger actually casts something important here, because we can just Wanderer Strike or Spark Harvest the Stinger and attack Zhang. So again, I mean, someone during draft was saying they didn't like Shriek Diver that much, and it's not amazing or whatever, but this is just how important flyers are. Your random marginal 2/1 flyer for 3 makes opponents' planeswalkers look silly sometimes. And I'm thinking here, make sure there's nothing we want to do. Now, we just want to go in with the Shriek Diver.
I thought this would go better.
Play everything, and go ahead and Opportunist and sack Spark here. The Reaver's not really doing anything, and puts in our graveyard for our recursion spells, and allows us to cast both of those things this turn. I was going to start working down on the Opportunist over Wanderers striking, but with the Giant, we'll just cast that. Oh, I don't have 6 yet, or 7 yet, never mind. We got some work to do before we're draining the Opportunist, but we're 1 land away. Should come soon. I'm always going to take Nicol Bolas, pack 1, pick 1. First, he's Mythic, right? So I always want to take my Mythics. Ooh, this is good too. But on a power level front, for getting rare drafting and all that, I think, yeah, you want to take Nicol Bolas and draft around him. Well, at least we're in a spot where spells or land are good for us. Like, every draw on my deck is good now, right? That feels nice. We have Cruelty ready. Oh, well, I was going to take out the light shield, but if you're going to leave shields down, we could take out the Pollen Bright and just get through with the Opportunist. But let's block here, see if they're going to try to be sneaky with Proliferate, and then we can Cruelty. Yeah. That's what it felt like, so that ought to be game. And if not that, this? Solid draw for Oppo.
The ringing of my sword is your death knell.
Guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
You can't escape the avalanche.
So. If we attack with both, Nahiri can still get the Shriek Diver on the way out, but then we get 4 power on the battlefield and a Wanderer's Strike that if they play a creature becomes 5 power. So, yeah, we're just gonna send it Nahiri. We could send it them. I guess if we send it them, they have to draw, like, removal. If we go to them, they have to draw removal. Or we just win with whatever's left. Yeah, I'm going to go with them, because we're going to have 2 creatures. So we do this. Play the Operative, and then now removal isn't an answer, and a creature isn't an answer. They need to do multiple things here to survive. And they basically showed us that it's over. So there you go. All right. Started 2-0 on the free-to-play account today, which feels great. The free-to-play account is off the schneid. We have a gem. We have a return on gems, at least, from the free-to-play account now for the first time. Whew. And it's working pretty well to not get greedy on this this whole thing. I think we just have to put, like, we put 3 or 4 cards into the deck we're not super happy with in order to be able to have a shot at Royalesque. So I like leaving Royalesque out and getting back in here. All right. You only need 2 wins for a return on gems, not profit, mind you, not profit, just a return on it. We spent 1,500 to enter, and we're now guaranteed 800 back, which is better than what we started off with, which is 2 no-gem events that bled our free-to-play account for 3,000 gems. Looks keepable. Right on, Hex. We'll see ya. I'm seeing this card way too much. Surprised that I'm seeing it in a in the 2-0 bracket, but there you go. Yeah, I've not seen Avengers yet. No spoilers, please, chat. Most people are pretty good about that, but I don't watch Game of Thrones, but my social media seem to say that everybody was really good about Avengers and then really terrible about Game of Thrones, which is too bad. We have comfortable life cushion, so let's toll now so they don't drop something really ridiculous coming up here. Like Challenger Troll or Death Sprout. We don't have removal for a Challenger Troll. So I'm going to leave them with the Death Sprout, actually, and they're going to be able to take out one of our creatures, and that's just the way of it, but we don't really have... Oh, we have Vizier. I guess we have Death Touch, but I don't want to rely on Death Touch to take care of that creature. It's too big. Oh, Oni, give me a break. There's still cultural spoiler etiquette to follow with television shows. Are you kidding me? Are you defending Game of Thrones spoilers? Is that what I'm hearing? Oni. 24 hours is not enough. So let's make a Vizier and at least threaten some Death Touch, and then we give Oppo kind of a rough choice with their removal. If they want to use that removal on either of these two things, we don't hate it that much. I like a week. Week feels like a nice... Because if you haven't caught it before the next one airs, you know... Couple of Grizzlies. We'll offer a trade, see if they want to... This is instant, right? So they can save their Grizzly if they want, but I'm happy to offer this. What up, Harold? So... Just looking to survive here. Let's threaten... Herald with the Shriek Diver, trying to give creatures to Oppo to Death Sprout that we need to play something that does something for us on defense, but is not the thing we want Death Sprouted. I'm hoping to leave the Giant available. That's the big card we don't want Death Sprouted, so we'll see. Yep. Yeah, we keep blocking. And last ditch. Let's see if the Silverwing can get Oppo to use some removal. Land, 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 land. Stinger. Not great. Okay, we need Silverwing to eat that removal, and it does. That's good. And now we need this Tithe Bearer to do some work, because we've got a Dread Malkin with Menace that's going to start eating stuff. And we got to take 5 here. Okay, good that they drew a land. Bad that we did. Let's see what we find. Okay, some removal. I like. Hopefully we can get the Dread Malkin. Maybe even after some sacrifice action. Death Touch Scorpion does not make me happy, though. I think we gotta take everything here, though. Ooh, you don't want to do that, do you? Nah, you don't want to do that. All right, so we take the 3, and then we're in a pretty good spot next turn with the Cruelty up. We can get rid of the Vizier mid-combat. Ooh, we could just play another Biggie. Another Biggie? No, I think we probably need to be ready on this Death Touch front, and we'll set up the next Tidebearer next turn. Within your space. What? Okay, let's focus on this here. We're gonna stay back on D and try to use this Cruelty for some good work, and hope that Oppo keeps missing on Grizzly for a little bit here. Okay, good. Another miss there. Five, 6, 7, 8. They can do the Malkin twice. What if we... Well, Malkin needs to be blocked with both. So, yeah, because what we can do here is force their action on the Dread Malkin, get it, and then next turn untap and replace our giant, or add, put another giant down, which can then get in front of this with a Vizier and be okay. Ooh, yeah, that's even better. All right, now we get him good. Still can't find a lot of action, but let's cast this way. Okay. Okay. Now I think we actually, with this no longer being Death Touch or Menace or anything, we start swinging with the Tidebearer. We put ourselves, if they have removal, we're going to have to chump with a Vizier, but we're not dead. And got to take some risks and win before they recover with Grizzly activations. Now we can't. Now we can't. All right. All right. I mean, yeah. Come on, deck. Come on. So frustrating. Magic is so frustrating sometimes. Like, we're kind of toasty now. Kinda. Not quite. Not quite. Kinda. What are we looking for to get out of this? We need,
Oh, I like a good fight. You won. Nobody's ready to die. That's why so many stick around after they do.
It's nice to meet you. I'd love a friendly duel. I will help you through this.
all right. It's helpful-ish. But I think we're just dead no matter what. It's not even really a start, because we take out Kaya, and then they put a counter on Grizzly and attack all three. Like, we can only represent. So we're going to take out Kaya and represent.
Am I dematerializing? Huh.
Frustrating loss here, but it happens. It's happened a lot this week, but we can come back and win the next two. Let's show them why we like best of 3.
Share in my strength.
They didn't buy it. Soup's annoying. But again, not sure we have a change I love here. I guess Price of Betrayal might be worth playing because Kaya is actually worth 2 for 1ing yourself in terms of she gets 1 and then you get her. If we did that, what are we cutting though? A toll? I think I'd rather just have the toll for Kaya. Yeah, I'm actually not going to do that. We're just going to run it back. Alright. Nice mix of land and spells, please. Give us a fair fight. Sure, we'll start with that and hope to draw some land. Oh, still kept full control on. I would have played the Conjuring on 2 if they left it empty there, but now I don't think we bother because it can't even get through the Grazer and it's not protecting from anything. Grazer is so bad. Don't play the Grazer. But now we'll play a 3-mana Conjurant. Don't mind that if we can find some land. We need land, though. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yeah, black and green seem super strong. I've played black every draft and green most drafts. Look away, children.
I'll be back. Apparitions come in many shapes, but they all look like
I
they
won't
hate
concede
anything.
just yet, but we're so screwed. Yeah, thanks. Always with the timely land. Thanks, deck. Yeah, whatever. Wow. Really don't like losing to the 0-3 that puts lands into them. It's such a dead... It's like a dead card. Does basically nothing. I know it does not literally nothing, but it certainly does not do enough to be worth that card. Ouch. That hurt. Prompting me to update the record, though. Oh, we lost to it. We lost to it. They played it and we lost. play the swamp in case we draw another one for the thirst. Three of our 5 planes, like... The shuffler has just been laughing at us for most of this week. Really, most of the week. I think they're going to wish they had that Soren's Thirst, or maybe they have another one. And we're up against a behemoth. What do you know? So... This is an instant, so we can double ourselves. Kind of 1.5 for 1 to trade Herald and Soren's Thirst for the behemoth, and we get a 2/2. I'm gonna go ahead and play this now, though. Let's see what they got coming. Cyclopean Doom. I'm gonna take this one. Maybe we find a better single card answer to Behemoth. I'm gonna take one hit, see if we can luck into a single card answer. And that basically is. It's even a 2 for 1 towards us. Almost swung into the snare spinner, but I managed to pull back. I will offer this Dreadhorde, though. Should have figured this out before I bothered with the Giant, though. Sloppy, but I'm not going to compound it by not attacking when I feel like I still should. Bummer, but we weren't going to play like they had that. We get Aid the Fallen to bring that back, or is it Exile? Oh, it's exiled. Why does it have to exile? Nick, explain why you're so cruel. So cruel. Now we're going to stay back and try to 2 for 1 ourselves and not lose. There's no need to do the Thirst now. Maybe they play something here. I guess the reason to do the Thirst is that they would not have revered it first. Yeah, maybe I should have done it so we got the 2 life for sure. I was trying to wait for them to like maybe tap out, but I should have just done it when they would not have used the Spark Reaper on the Behemoth. Now they get to prevent 2 life gain and draw a card. So we're still going to do it. We got to get rid of this Behemoth, but it was a sequencing problem. Hey, Hate Twisted. How you been?
Unfortunately for you, we meet in battle.
So, are either any of these worth giving them 2 cards over? The Reaper's pretty good. They don't really have an attack now, though. I'm not sure I want to use it on one of our things. I think I'm going to wait on doing anything with Obnix for right now. If they choose to spend some resources to, like, get rid of him, we have Aid the Fallen.
Knowledge is not without price.
And might be more comfortable doing something like taking out our army token when we have a lot of mana to spend on the resulting draws, or just better defenses. Or we could just lose to that card again. Let me guess, that exiles. Oh, it destroys at least.
Never cross me again.
Let's see. Spark Harvest. We can aid and spark. But we could also aid and recast. So we have 8 mana, 6 left to spend on the things we get back. But we probably need this. Yeah, I think we just need to Spark Harvest and Fallen here. Take out that. And we'll get Herald. And Ob. Yeah, Finale of Eternity is not a particularly fair limited magic card. It is mythic, so, you know. Of course, why wouldn't you be able to just dump whatever you want on the board immediately? That's what we're up against. So we're gonna play this, and we're gonna... Actually, if we Obnix... Obviously the Dread Horde needs to trade. So maybe we just actually take out the Nurturer. Because it's the one thing we have right now that that this Herald can't trade with. Even though this is the most powerful. I think that's closing it on correct. Not sure. Yeah, that's a good point.
I am trying not to think too hard.
I wish it would show the trample animation the whole time. That's kind of what I look for. Started off hot with this deck, now we're dropping 3 straight games, and up against... Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. We'll see if they... I think we're just dead here, thanks to, you know, Massacre Girl settles things in some respects. Although Massacre Girl only really goes off when there's a 1/1 on the battlefield. No, when I say it, like, see during combat it goes, it has this rumbling underneath it, and that's what I had been thinking about. Well, all right. Thanks, Oppo.
I am not truly.
Sure. Well, at least take a look at what else they've got. All right. That still is not dead. No? Oh, yeah, we're dead because of Menace. All right, we're dead because of Menace. Forced landing we haven't seen a need for yet. Yeah, cute, but not worth it, I think. We're not really doing the proliferate thing heavily, and weakens everything else too much. Alright, send it back. Really want 2 more wins here. I'm glad we got off the gem schneid with this, but starting off 2-0, you know, I really want that 3rd win. Just got to pick up one of your next 2, and we can't even find a game win here, much less a match win. It's all going to turn around here, though, with a perfect opener, right? A little makeup shuffling. Not a perfect opener, but a keepable one. We'll keep this. Sure need land, though. All right, Oppo has mulliganed. Dare I say 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Almost nobody goes to 5 in the days of the Scry mulligan, though. When I'm using Ob on my own stuff, I don't mind it at all. And he does sit there bringing some pain. How about a 4-drop? No? That would be no. We did take Obnix over... Obnix's list is Cruelty. I was leaning Cruelty and got talked into it by Valhalla, so I blame Valhalla. But I'm trying to figure out which I prefer here. You know what? I'm just going to Spark Harvest and attack. They're short on land. They're stuck on land, so let's make them look for land with that. Let's go Obnix, and then next turn we have Vizier, and we can eat our own token for value. That's why Valhalla suggested it. Basically saying, take Obnix, you're early enough to go and get a mass that make Obnix good for getting your own stuff. So
Suffer the dreams of the damned.
okay. Well, I was gonna... Hey, thank you for the sub. I was gonna use the ability on the army token, but now we actually have something we want to block with it, so we're gonna continue to hang back, let Ob do some passive work. We could sack the operative. It's not doing much, but I still like a chump over draw 2, don't we? Maybe we don't. Yeah, alright, fine, let's do it. I'm with you. It's not doing anything.
Is ideal for
And now we have a Wanderer's Strike for next turn, so that's cool.
knowledge is not without price. It is just a small headache.
Actually, we're just gonna play our own Tithebreaker and sit back behind Ob. And I don't feel the need to hit our creatures or their creatures right now. We're just gonna sit back.
I am your inner demon.
Yeah, we're practically mono black here. All right. I'll go ahead and make this trade, actually. We have a strike for their other big one, and we can Obnix our army token now.
Even the weak serve a purpose.
And I kind of want him to come at Ob, because we can just aid the Fallen and get it all back now. And we can't Wanderer's Strike. Although if we Wanderer's Strike, we could keep Ob around. Yeah, let's Wanderer's Strike the Giant. And no attack, see what they want to do here.
Try not to think too hard.
Sorry, Colin.
Mowu's bot is we'll do this together.
Yeah, we're just gonna let this happen.
I will return.
Oh, that's a bummer. I wonder what they have in their hand. Should we find out? But let's go. See if it's anything. Ooh, it is. It's a real card. And I'm gonna go Silverwing, and then we'll aid the Fallen. Ooh. Okay. Good to know. Probably just want the biggin. And Ob comes back, of course. I'll be right back. Their cruelty is all right.
Teamwork is strength.
But we're gonna make them use it now, or they have to save it for the giant. Safe block. I'm gonna go with Ob.
You and your world shall perish.
And we'll take a couple cards off this army.
Cherish. One can learn much from death.
Nice. Okay, so we could... Well, we can't get it Jiang Yangyu here. But let's go ahead and make a Death Toucher.
Before I make you disappear, pirates and I get along because we're both cutthroats.
Suffer the dreams of the damned.
Now, a lot of flying defense over there, so going to be tough to get through there. It may even affect our sideboarding. If they got those snare spinners, I'm not sure how we're getting through with Silver Wings. Maybe there's alternatives. Don't have much in the sideboard, though, I don't think. Oh, you missed it, Nick. Yesterday, we
Be your best
double activated Opportunist. That's right. Had 14 mana lying around. Okay, interesting. And the Wanderer's Strike are nice for sending up these upwards. Can we get any other counters out before we go? We can play Bleeding Edge and Wanderer's Strike to get some extra counter value. If we did that, if we Bleeding Edge the Snare Spinner, and then Wanderer's Strike the big one, we could clear the air. Yeah, good point on the counter. I gotta figure out if we're attacking with anything else, though, because we could do things where we're attacking with Shriek Diver this turn, but that's probably not necessary. So yeah, let's start with the attack of the Death Toucher. Okay. Obviously thrilled with that trade. And 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. I'm going to strike the other spinner. I didn't see anything else that we were going to do this turn that would make the Proliferate relevant.
Oppressors deserve whatever I feel suits them.
And we're going to go ahead and give them something. They can take out the Tithe Bearer here, but I think we have plenty of action.
Knowledge is not without price.
Doggo. Bugging the neighbors again. Well, if we kill this, they draw 2. They kill this, they take, so they go to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Puts them close to dead. But let's start with a Shrieker. Give it some haste. I think we'll skip Obnix on Charity Extractor because it's not for sure lethal. And they have a lot of mana. So I'm just going to do this. Oops. Whoa. Nope. And we can kind of sit on the Opportunist now anyway.
Pirates and I get along because we're both cutthroats.
So yeah, we could do a drain, but this is effectively a drain next turn. Let's keep building our board, unless we are afraid of some sweeper. But I can't think of a sweeper in black-green. There's that rare that gets a bunch of, an X for 1 or whatever, but no sweepers. And definitely making another of these.
Nobody appreciates my handiwork.
Can even kill one to draw from it, but I like just sitting here. Oh, Massacre Girl, yeah.
It is just a small headache.
That would be really sad. Well, if it's Massacre Girl, we're about to get massacred. Good call, Nick. I should have remembered. But it resets, right? I can't think of sweepers in black, he said, forgetting the one that was actually used against him earlier this match, because I'm an expert. Well, we do get to toll. Let's see. Let's start with this.
Your bones will read as omens. Try not to think too hard.
And then this. Nice. And this.
Suffer the dreams of the damned.
Queen Dragon, if Obnix were just bad, would I be playing Obnix? Come on. Give me a little credit, Queen. We can debate Obnixilith's the strengths and weaknesses of this Planeswalker, but I would not call it bad. If this is blanks, what I want to do is actually attack with the zombie army. I guess we just sit back. I'm gonna sit back. I'd say he's good and hard to use properly.
Knowledge is not without price.
And I'd like to draw 2, but I'm more interested in keeping Ob as a clock on... Oh, you want to eat, Nick? I want to see if Obnix gets us there through time. Especially with us showing an attack. I mean, they got 3 unknown cards. Yeah, but then we just lose Obnix. I just don't want to lose Obnix, Nick. I don't want you to go away. Besides, we have Ugin.
I am ancient and wise. Heed to my advice. Be gone, interloper.
Yeah, I still want to leave him pinging.
I am your inner demon.
Six, 7, so I can do this for 9.
Secrets manifest before you. Try not to think too hard.
Oh, you like plussing Ugin on the first go round? I like just getting rid of the huge creature that was threatening, but maybe that other line was better. Okay. Got some of our good stuff. Played with the fire that is Ob Nixilis to some success. And run it back. Did we have a... Maybe you're saying I missed lethal? I've certainly missed lethal in my time. Maybe I missed lethal just there, not sure. I want to do better with this chat. I feel like my chat box stinks. I want to do better with the chat box, but I think I just need to get a new style. But I think maybe I'll leave it up there. Kind of cuts off the top a little bit, but makes it a little bigger on the bottom. A little more readable, maybe. All right, Subtle Panda, we're trying to get our money back here, and you're in our way. Really? 2 6s and decent mana. How greedy are we? If we fail to draw middling stuff here, we're just doomed. We could just be dead and look completely stupid for it, too. I think we had to mulligan this. Yeah, it's a little better. We'll keep that, too. Alright. I don't like that they get to dig for quality, but at least it's not pressure. Give us time to get set up over here. Decent place to start here with a toll. And Shadow Fugue is annoying. We'd have to discard there. Centaur Nurture accelerates them, though. If we get Shadow Fugued, we have Wanderer's Strike as an easy pitch. And then maybe we ditch... That's rough. I'm not sure I can bring myself to let them 2-for-1 us here. I think we got to do that. Manage the other stuff. Yeah, I couldn't see how we recover after getting hit with that 2-for-1, even with a somewhat free Wanderer's Strike. Vraska is somewhat protected, but not really. Not compared to how she would be protected next turn with Herald and, Spark Harvest sacking this. So we're going to go Herald here. See if we can survive the turn. Well, survive the turn. Everything survives the turn. Then we have options, pretty good options next turn. Vraska plus Spark Harvest. And closing in on our own Tithe Bearer is good. Was hoping to Spark Harvest their future abilities, but not going to happen here. We're going to go Vraska, make a token.
I'm running out of room to store my trophies.
And we're going to sack an army token to get rid of this big boy. I still can. It protects pretty well, but if they have removal, it all goes to pieces, so I don't mind that play at all. I like that. I like getting value out of the 1/1 army tokens, too. Especially with this coming. We knew we had another beastie to deal with. Here, though, we can go
I'm good at killing.
Assassin.
I don't always enjoy it.
And I do want to be able to kill this. I'm going to leave both of our assassins back for now and drop Ob. And just pass with him on passive mode.
Demon, I subjugate.
I don't want to eat Harry yet, I think.
Witness the wrath of our... Go, my children. Fight.
Now I think we have to, because we got to get some land. But we could consider attacks first. I'm going to send one Death Toucher in. Maybe we are supposed to even kill the giant. That seems... Or can this kill... No, creature, not planeswalkers. That would be super powerful. Okay, I guess we have to self-harm.
Is dead.
Hoping for land, but cruelty isn't bad in this spot. I think cruelty can do some work if they try to get a greedy... Try to get aggressive against our planeswalkers here. So I'm gonna try and hold up cruelty for value.
Knowledge is not without price.
Yeah, Arlen's been fine. I didn't think she was like way too slow. I don't know. 6 mana for a bunch of 3/3s seems great. Even if it's on the turn-by-turn plan.
Be brave now, pup.
I want to be cruel here. I think we definitely want to be cruel. The question is how. Either their giant or their long game plan. Probably just take out the grizzly and hope that more Death Touch tokens solve this ground game issue. This has the best long-term value for Oppo, so I want to get rid of it now. Opportunist is not quite what we're looking for. If we attack in here, they probably just they block again. Silverwing. What does she do? Is static? Oh, so her static is really meaningless unless she has other wolves or proliferate. Opportunist. We're definitely playing the wing, and then just trying to decide if we're, what we're minusing here, if anything. Yeah, I think... Ooh. Massacre Girl, you say. What does that mean for us? I think we now have to, take out our own Death Toucher so that Massacre Girl doesn't wipe the board.
Fresh blood is ideal for divination.
And we have Aid the Fallen. Definitely not gonna put that out. Oh, they can't play it? Why can't they play Massacre Girl? What do you mean?
It is just a small
They should.
headache.
Yeah, but if it's your Massacre Girl versus nothing, that's not bad. But yeah, they might not want to play it now. Beard just meant that they would not want to, that it wouldn't be strategically sound to play it. Sure, seems like they are intending to massacre. So do we just let them? We got plenty. We got Aid the Fallen to recover with. So if they want to wipe their board, do we just say sure? Yeah, all right. I'm gonna do it. I think they want the wipe. I mean, if they don't want to wipe here, that's fine with me too. That's why I blocked that way, I guess. Yeah, maybe you're right, Nick. Because that looks real bad for me, doesn't it? Maybe I just punted my chance at this game with that. Let's see. We do get a white for the strike. Seven, though, allows us to opportunist and strike and not just straight up lose, right? So let's go. And we get actually 2 activations after the strike as well. Let's get rid of the biggest thing.
People call me a death dealer, but I rarely offer discounts.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think we're not super dead if... And do we want to kill anything else of theirs at the risk of letting them draw 2? Because if we kill Massacre Girl, then they're really low on... on threats. Yeah, the menace is a problem, so I'm gonna do this.
Others will learn from your mistake.
It's a harsh penalty, but losing is a harsher one. Yeah, that's the other thing. We do get Nyx back. But we probably want Vraska back, actually. Let's see, we aid the Fallen. Are we proliferating if we aid the Fallen is kind of my question. We have Herald, we have Ob and Vraska. And the Flyer. So there's no real proliferating, so let's go ahead and take this trade then while we have it. Although we could also... Actually, this does better. Let's do this. Let's do this. That's better.
I'm Jiang Yanggu.
Hi.
I will help you through this.
Thank you. 7, 8 mana. We could Tithe Bear and get back our stuff for next turn. And Tithe Bear is a nice body on this battlefield, and they've got no death touch. I'm going to do this. Let's get a big boy. Big boy number 1. And aid the Fallen here. Let's get Harold and Vraska. I think that's correct. Probably just another land over there. Against black, it almost might be worth waiting until they do something to, like, refill their hand and tap out, and then we might actually get something with this. So for now, I'm just going to start with our 2 4-drops.
Your demise won't be quick. Oppressors deserve whatever I feel suits them.
Although now we have a nice defense, maybe we just sit back and start being an opportunist. 7, 8, 9. If we get one more, we can even toll and
Share in my strength.
there's a Dusk Mantle, which we could Dusk Mantle and opportunist.
Pirates and I get along because we're both cutthroats.
I think we're happy with any trade here. Let's send this at, do we care about Arlen, Young, trying to imagine, I guess we go at Arlen in case of Proliferate. And I'm going to go ahead and play the Giant over Opportunist. I think we win this game faster if we dig for our even better cards that are still left in the deck. Maybe I shouldn't be overextending. They could get Massacre Girl back, or did we get rid of her for good? No. Yeah, let's keep that in mind. Might be overextending here. I have to actually remember that Duskmantle Operative has an ability. Ugin. Ugin is somewhere in our 16. Man, if we'd forced that Massacre Girl like Nick had suggested, I think we'd just have this game well in hand. It's still looking okay for us, but one misplay earlier is really affecting things now. It is true, Nick. I'm going to grant Nick's intelligence. A lot of smart people are very cruel. It's a sad common combination. I mean, I'm just gonna offer that. I see what that was about, and as I said, should have done something to avoid that.
Much to learn from symbiotic relationships. Teamwork is strength.
I guess it could come to decking. So stinking good, but we could have beat it. We could have beat it, and I screwed it up. Dang it. Even could have beat the one we let happen. It's just that we're having trouble beating 2. I guess we do this and block. We have Wanderer's Strike that could take out Massacre Girl. Along with Ugin, yeah.
Be your best self.
Ugin-esque. Ugin-esque, but not quite Ugin. Still, we'll take it.
I will help you through this.
Looks like we're dead. Seriously bummed here. Seriously bummed. Massacre Girl, too good. And we're too bad, frankly. I think Ben S probably wins that match. Darn it. I end most of my events sad, because most of my events I end on a loss. But we did get 2 wins. I just really felt like we had that one. Really felt like we could take control there. I want to play that again. I want to take back a couple mistakes and get that win. Yeah, bummer. Worst part is we're only at 9 packs, so I don't get to do the 10. I gotta just sit here and do this.
Running away.
We got some gems back, but that was harsh. That was harsh. We should have gotten all our gems back. I feel convinced of it. The line that I missed that Nick saw, I blocked in a way that allowed Oppo to cast a Massacre Girl. We knew they had it, so we knew they had Massacre Girl. And I could have blocked such that if they had followed with Massacre Girl, everything would have died but Massacre Girl, and instead I blocked in such a way that they were allowed they could play Massacre Girl and keep all their stuff. And then that board caused us huge headaches that we spent a lot of time and resources and turns and to undo and to stabilize. And if we hadn't had to spend all of those resources stabilizing against their full board, we could have either won before the Massacre Girl came back, or just it would have gone completely differently from there, is the bottom line. They probably, in fact, in that case, just don't play Massacre Girl, but again, it allows us... Because we had a great turn afterwards, and if we could have had that great turn afterwards on a more competitive board, it would have gone much better from there. So that was the critical choice for me, I think, in that game. There were probably other ones I'm not thinking of, but that was the one we were discussing. And such a bummer seeing this account down to 5,000. We cleared 10,000 on this account. I'm pretty sure at one point this was either the mid-high 9s or 10,000. So just sad to see the gems halved on our free-to-play. But there was some... the format seems fun. I like those grindy games. I like giving myself a chance to find the right line. I think in a format where we're going to be facing a lot of tough choices, I think that's generally going to favor us. So yeah, it's okay. Valhalla's, again, I feel it and then I move past it. We're already done. We're past it.